My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is April 21st, 2026. It is 1:30 p.m. This is what, third or fourth video? I don't know. I'm just continuing from where I left off. I said I was gonna start with this. Okay? Say who? Because we know that Queen Elizabeth II gave them permission to pursue their own private charitable interests and to earn their own income. And the cultural tour of Australia was one of their own privately funded interests. They didn't get paid for appearances or photo apps. Okay. Back in 2020, spring 2020 transition. We are pleased to now be able to share with you an update on many of the details agreed at the meeting of the royal family in January 2020, which outlines the Duke and Duchess of Sussex new rules taking effect spring 2020. We had hoped to be allowed to share these details. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will become privately funded members of the royal family with permission to earn their own income and the ability to pursue their own private charitable interests.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
The people don't care. The derangers don't care. And this is why, in the Oprah interview, Harry and Meghan, they wanted to make sure as they were exiting, they wanted to do it in a proper way, probably documented, put it in writing so they could go back. Everybody could understand what was being done.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
As much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
They were told that the title cannot be used for financial gain. They still do it. No, it's the HRH. It's the HRH they cannot use. They are still Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They still do it and nothing has been done. Strip the Duchess, Duke nonsense, and no longer can be Meghan use. No longer can Meghan use it. Meghan is not using the thing. It's people who's calling her Duchess. Okay, do better, Francois, and don't just follow twisted narratives spread by the media. Even if their title were stripped, Harry and Meghan will still continue their trips. Meghan will still have, as ever, they will still have their deals. Your hate is toward Meghan, not Harry. Jealous. Okay? As agreed and set out in January, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will retain their HRH prefix, thereby formally remaining known as His Royal Highness, the Duke of Sussex, and Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will no longer actively use their HRH titles, as they will no longer be working members of the family as of spring 2020. And also, in one of the lawsuit that was happening, I think it's the one that's going on right now, Harry's lawyer brought that up in court, and how he should be, I do not have the audio or the screenshot of it, where Harry's lawyer was asking him, I think he did it purposely to put it on record, how they should address him. HRH, Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry, or something like that. Okay, it was in court. All right, so this was responding to that. Harry and Meghan should not be allowed to carry out pseudo-royal tours. It wasn't even a royal tour. Oh my goodness, these people are losing their mind. So that maybe this is what the squad are talking about. I'm not gonna click on that. I'll just that. All right, let's review. Retweet that. All right, next tweet. There's that. Oh my lord. Hardman, Queen Elizabeth II believed Meghan exhibited narcissistic trait. Oh my god, the Queen is still talking? So there's me here. I'm telling you, the Queen speaks more while underground than when she was above ground. King Charles III should ask her how he could have a dust of positive rain like hers. That's the next tweet here. Apart from the Queen's posthumous ability to speak, she is now being deemed a clinical psychologist. Of all the narcissists the Queen met in her life, the vast majority were in her own family. That's a good one. Hardman, you're making it seem like Queen Elizabeth was a pathological, hypocritical liar with narcissistic trait. Another day of using their late Queen to bash our princess. We have been learning more about the deceased Queen than when she was alive, according to this royal vat. Okay, and yet Harry and Meghan wanted to take on more work. They dragged their feet, finding patronages for Meghan, so spare me. She's narcissist, says the people drip a stolen jewel, riding in golden carriage, expecting to be called Your Royal Highness while being bowed to. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. The Queen knighted Sir Jimmy Savile. I bet $5. She said no such thing. Why do you push this obvious dedicating and bullying? So there's that. You could pause and read it. Oh my god, he looks scary. There was a Netflix thing about his life? Oh, I feel these people are monsters. The thing that they did. He even do this guy, he's dead now. He even did dead bodies. He will go to the morgue and do... my God. Next tweet. I've written down all the Queen's achievements as head of state. This is the exhaustive and definitive list. It's blank. Will books be written about her achievement? Shameful, lol. This is obviously idiotic, also tactically stupid. Right, first, prove them wrong. She paid $12 million for her pedophile and rapist son. Can't we count that as her achievement and her legacy? She persuaded her son to pursue a 19-year-old female to marry and produce an heir and a spare. She persuaded her son's heir to marry his stalker, so she too could produce an heir and a spare. Therefore, she guaranteed the continuity of the British monarchy. LOL. Then Kate Menzies give you a book listing the beloved Queen's list of incredible achievements. Historians will be studying this for years. Let's go to the next tweet. There's 3 more I have, and I think I'm done until whenever. There's the laugh. Yeah, Kensington Palace is now being merged as a wedding venue. How the mighty had fallen. Okay, oh really? That's me here. How long ago? 4 hours ago. Yes, their subjects claim it's been happening for years and it's popular. If it's popular, there won't be a need to be shilling it, but let them carry on. The UK monarchy are offering Kensington Palace as a wedding venue. I notice other palaces are also on offer. No prices quoted. I'm speechless. They are billionaires for heaven's sake, but greedy billionaires. Are you there, derangers? Hello, hello. Okay, wow, yes. They most certainly are. That's fine and all, but they really need to keep their mouth shut about Harry and Meghan's being grifters. Then they have the nerve to say, love reigns, more like hate rules, get out. LOL, hypocrite. Let's see here. Weddings, love reigns. Iconic setting. How the British royalty, Kensington Palace, timeless elegance and storied past will charm and delight as you gather your loved ones to celebrate your special day. I wonder how much they will ask for that. They should put the price. Oh my goodness. Where? Please share. There's that. Okay, let's go to the next one. So when they're asking millions to renovate or to fix the palace, they will use those money, but they're already doing other things. Okay, I think I'm a little bit off from the voice, I think. Derangers, attention haters, when it's a few of y'all, I need to come after. Okay, so let's listen to this. It's almost 2 minutes.
Hi, my name's Derek. I'm an 8-year paralegal, and I want to explain something that most people don't understand. Civil conspiracy. When a group of people work together to target someone, that's not drama. That's civil conspiracy. Civil conspiracy means that 2 or more people agreed or even agreed silently to harm someone intentionally through unlawful means. So what are some examples of this harm? Coordinated harassment, stalking someone on social media, spreading rumors on social media, teaming up to interfere with their job or business or personal relationships with other people, spreading false accusations as a group to damage their reputation. And if there's a common nexus of claims between people of different states, you can sue all of those people in your home state where the damage occurred. If they acted in concert with a plan to harm you, they acted as a unit and the law treats them as one. So what can you do about it? What are the remedies, right? You can recover compensatory damages for emotional distress, lost income, and financial harm. You can seek punitive damages when their conduct is malicious and intentional. The court can and most likely will grant you injunctive relief to prevent them from doing it again. And because it's a civil conspiracy, they're all on the hook, both jointly and separately, for damages. That means every person involved can be held responsible for the entire judgment. And yeah, if they don't pay, you can seize their assets through what are called writs of execution. I'm talking bank accounts, vehicles, equipment, property, whatever the law allows. You can seize those assets and auction them off to satisfy the judgment. And before you go screaming Constitution, this type of behavior is not protected by the First Amendment. The First Amendment does not shield stalking or harassment or coordinated attacks designed to intimidate or destroy someone's livelihood. So if people think they can gang up on you without consequences, they're wrong. Know your rights. Exercise your rights. Protect yourself. Follow me for more.
What is it? There's this celebrity. I don't follow her, and I didn't follow the lawsuit, but I forgot the name of that particular celebrity who sued someone on social media for this type of things, and I think the celebrity won. I forgot the name of that person. All right, urge Meghan and Harry to take decisive action against their harassers. Even we onlookers are deeply disturbed and hurt to witness the ongoing online bullying that is being tolerated. I have said, which book came out? Was it Spare or the docuseries on Netflix when Meghan was crying? And I was like, I think I brought it up in one of my videos on QEII about her suing those people, because it's so obvious the kind of damage they're doing to her. And these people just at it. It's unbelievable. And I think also that what word did I look up in that video that pretty much constitute some of the things that she was facing? It's in one of my videos. But also, I think they're probably waiting after Harry's lawsuit Okay, Harry already took 2 down already, and the third one, which is the final one, is going on, I believe, still right now. I haven't come across anything on social media that's talking about it. The 2 tweets that made reference to it, I've already shared. It was maybe sometime last month, but that much is being said. So they're probably waiting after Harry's done so they could focus on that aspect, because maybe even though they don't bring it up or they don't file it yet, but they probably documenting and gathering the evidence and things like that, maybe. All right, silent, interesting, especially since Meghan's business is now independent of Netflix, and haters are more likely to make false claim about her products to sabotage her business. Could be. Maybe she's taking steps for that. Maybe. Silent conspiracy between strangers on social media is practically impossible to prove. Anyway, Meghan isn't bothered by online trolls. She's too strong. But that doesn't mean it has to continue. Because her business is online, she will need to promote and things like that. But if people keeps on, talking negative about her, is talking negative, if it's true, that's a different story when things is not true. Okay, just out of the blue, they just bringing up stuff to sabotage her and affect her mentally. But just because she, oh my God, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, isn't bothered by online troll. It does. It will affect you no matter what. But that doesn't mean we have to let it go. All right, thanks for posting 100%. All right, next tweet. Aussie Flop. Are they still talking about online thing? Alright, so there's that here. Royalist. And then the thing as well, going back to that last tweet, people should have the freedom to move around, go to any social media, okay, to do whatever they want, as long it doesn't interfere with your well-being, okay? I'm pretty sure she was on social media before marrying Harry. She was on Twitter. She met a couple people of her fans on Twitter. But it is so bad for her where she had to take herself out, not being on Twitter. And then when she posts, I'm sure she would have loved to hear from us when she posts on IG. But it forces her to turn off her comments, to not hear a feedback from her fans. Because the derangers, they feel like they have to go and say the nonsense under her post. Okay, it doesn't have to be that way. All right, so there's this for a list. There's an emotional support poll which says the Sussexes Oz tour flopped. Oh, there is? Alright, I never understand why the British press or British government doesn't just ask William and Kate to do short-haul tours, even to a European country, since they're so terrified of black and brown people. No one says they can do a 2-day trip to France, Italy, Greece, Denmark, blah, blah, blah. They could easily go to a safe white country that's not too far from the UK, but they won't because they simply do not want to tour. Kate worked out something where touring is now off the table, and William will only go places if it benefits him directly. Okay, the fact that so many people across the entire British media establishment is working overtime to fully and completely discredit this trip as an abject failure means it was a roaring success. Even if we didn't get the wall-to-wall media coverage and absolutely stunning photos and videos coming out during that week, it's always opposite day in the UK. If they say something is bad, it means it's good. Alright, lol, there's that. I saw a video of Channel 7 recording Harry and Meghan's vehicle convoy as they were picked up on a tarmac in Melbourne, and I actually could not help but laugh at how people like Tom Sykes think no one cares, no one likes Harry and Meghan, and the tour was an abject failure. My God, the disconnect. Alright, I can't believe Tom Sykes is wetting himself about a poll where 1,700 people were polled. My eye is twitching. 1,700 people versus a country of 17 million. The best way to put it is Royalists are living in an alternative reality. Yeah. Next tweet. There's more comment, but let's move on. Wow, all of a sudden 5 notifications. What is that? Alright, this is my last one on my list. Or maybe I could add. Okay, this only 5-second version. When it became obvious for everyone else to see that Prince Harry married the better woman, they weren't going to let this fly. William Parker Bowles just can't accept this. Even if, okay, let's say it doesn't have to be Meghan. Even if William had married a smart, intelligent person, guess what? They will dim her light down because they will want only William can be shined. Even if he's showing stupidity, they want to highlight stupidity. It's 5 seconds only. I remember at one time I wanted to do a review of this entire thing, but now I'm so busy I don't even have time.
It's obviously such a huge topic. It wasn't as big as I
Actually
thought it was, but it's obviously such a huge topic.
Okay, so there's me here. This pointing to the video up there. This pointing to the video up there is the beginning of everything. Second, Meghan said women have a voice and men need to encourage them to use it. Radar went up to destroy her. Alright, this is the part. I have the whole entire video.
On it before, you have, it's well known, you've championed the empowerment of women and young girls and promoting their self-worth. How do you hope to continue that work with the Royal Foundation?
Yes, I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that because women don't need to find a voice. They have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing with so many campaigns, I mean, with Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So, yeah, just I guess we wait a couple months and then we can hit the ground running. But up until then, I'm pretty excited.
This is the part here. And that's where I think everything started. Alright, safe to say she never doing a live sit down with Meghan after that. It was so embarrassing. That's an ad. I remember Meghan looking aghast at Harry. Very subtle, but if you watch the whole interview, you will catch it. They knew empty head was that with or without baby. Yeah, she was so surprised at how Kate couldn't articulate. Everyone in that room saw that those four did not get along, and the way it was so obvious that Meghan could run circle around Kitty and Willie was insane to watch looking back. Unforgettable but telling moment. I remember it clearly. How dare her be smarter than the future king and queen put together. I recall thinking the Fab Four was ridiculous. There was only the Fab Two, Harry and Meghan. Kate made no sense when she talked. Meghan, so well spoken, Will could not take it. Yeah, I saw it. There's a part where he grunted his throat like, I think it's when they asked if there's any inner fight and something like that. William was like, oh yeah.
And I have to ask you, all the work you do together is great, but working together as family, do you ever have disagreements about things?
Oh, yes. Healthy disagreement.
Okay, the last thing you disagreed on, how do you resolve it?
I can't remember, they come so thick and fast. But is it resolved? We don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Well, you're putting on a great show if it...
All right. Oh dear, Kate should have taken other lessons besides the one on how to sound so inarticulately posh. Articulation is the key. 10 years later, Mumble is still mumbling. Wondering if that's also one of the reasons they had to bring Meghan down, the future Queen of England, but oh dear. Yeah, this is where it all started. At least their radar opened up and said, we cannot have this. You know, the other thing as well, as I'm editing, I'm thinking, the royal family, just my opinion again, they are spending so much time in scheming people try to manipulate people. They don't have time to, like, it may sound crazy and stupid, but it seems like they don't spend enough time to educate themselves. Like I've said many times, one of the things the royal family should, when they sending their kids to university, they should focus on financing, because they seem like they don't know how to manage money. But the reason why they're looking so dumb like this, they're spending too much time and manipulating people, scamming people. So most of their time go into that instead of learning on how to interact with people, because they want everything for themselves. They don't care about anything. They just want to destroy, and everything else should belong to them. Alright, this is where it started. Let me pause and see what let me see something. I decided to add some more, whatever I had left. So let's do this. I'm adding this. Alright, Kensington Palace is now being merged as a wedding venue. The mighty had fallen. Okay, okay, so they're making reference to the palace thing. Okay, I covered that. Alright, so I changed it. So they're talking about this. Hardman, Queen Elizabeth II believed Meghan exhibit narcissistic trait. Did I do that already? I'm telling you, the Queen. Okay, even that I think I did already. Apart from the Queen. Okay, I did. Let's see the next one. Alright, so this one here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your modern royal family. The diversity of the Commonwealth and full display. Okay, I've seen his picture. He works hard for his, whatever his survival. Is that the wife? Okay. But whatever, let's read some of the comments. Okay, they all look half dead. Even William and KKK. I just smelled the urine and mouthball from here. Oh my God. This photo is sad, super sad. You got an issue with white people. You're effing racist. Calling out what's missing isn't racist, it's awareness. The fact that you jumped there says more about you than me. There's all of that. One sneeze and it might be drowned to 4 people. That is not good. The monarchy is on its last leg. Well, what is it? Charles wanted to slam down the monarchy. No prince, and go back to the colonies. Princess Michael of Kent, I see. How Kate blend and so well with the heaven door knockers. What? How Kate blend and so well with the heavens door knockers is beyond me. Heaven door knockers. Are you sure these people gonna go to heaven? Oh my Lord. Let's go to the next tweet. Heaven door knockers. There was one comment under it. I didn't go in it. Damn, the group photo is insipid. I love it for them. Never seen an uninspiring, daring, cold, boring, uninteresting family photo. OMG. Even Getty image is like, fake this shit. Alright. It actually was astounding how bad and old they all look. Oh my God. And one of them basically looked like a Walking Dead. The internet doesn't mince their word. One more and definitely that's it. Alright, William and Kate are the only 2 people who frequent holiday, but only 2 come back looking more exhausted and older than when they went. Alright, people are laughing. Their evil souls are literally consuming them from the inside. They bicker daily and this is draining them. Alright, let's pause this. Thomas Kingston and Ovan to Tender Garden. If you know, you know. The one they claim who commit suicide, who shot himself. And then the next day, William then show up to whatever place he was supposed to. Am I putting this twice or people are retweeting it? Oh, it's different. I can see someone has been studying the Australian tour, and from it, she's learned a new hugging technique. Anyone can see how unnatural it is for her, poor girl. The old man's hand ended up resting on her waist, which made her even more uncomfortable. So she's probably making reference to something that happened in the UK. I have no idea what it is. Alright, she looks so awkward and so cringe, lol. Let's pause this. Like she does not have a natural bone in her depleted body. Since she is watching, I won't say no to a affiliate link to her Botox doc. Imagine forcing an old man into a hug, lol. She grabbed his neck, didn't she? That Okay, she grabbed his neck, then that was some weird hug. I didn't see that video. Before I start this video, I'm gonna scroll to see if I see any video coming from the UK. LOL, I just stumbled upon the video. It is so embarrassing for her, poor grandpa. Alright, grandpa was feeling them bones. There's a laugh. She's not been felt like that in a minute. What, where? This is why sometimes when I come across those things and the squad are making reference, if I'm aware of it, I'll put the link. Let me go search for it before I stop this video. It didn't take me too long. I had to fast forward a little bit to see if I see any hug, and I saw it. And I was like, okay, so this is what they were making reference to. Let me move it back. Okay, so this is the caption. She is so skinny and this isn't healthy at all. All right, let's listen. I'm sorry. There will be a screenshot and I will let you see the hug part. He looks surprised. Oh my Lord. The way she moves his hand from her hips, LOL. Where did you see the hips? She looks like an ironing board. They need to get her help. The way she pushes his hand off her waist. Do I see full body hugging? Oh my Lord. There's another version here. Not flattering at all. Her shoulders are so broad. Oh my God. 12 seconds. Okay, so there's that. No hips or a massive pen face, humongous head. All right, so I'm gonna put the link over here. This is where the squad we're talking about. There's the link of it. Okay, in case you missed it, this is what they're referring to. Oh my God. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. There's so much more. Okay, the things that I have of mostly for the US, I don't know if I'm gonna record them. So that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.
Go,
together. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.